Well, hello and welcome back to another episode, my friends. And today we're doing another episode of a LOTRO battle. Alright, you guys. So, we are going to do Warg-pens of Guldur. So, this is actually an instance that is located inside of Guldur. It's usually a 3-man instance. I'm going to do it 10 levels under, right? I'm max level's 130 right now. There's about to be an expansion, you guys. Stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. Helps us out a lot. Really do appreciate it. And also, don't forget to check out the other playlists. So this is our LOTRO battle playlist, and we got other stuff too. In fact, in our next one, we're going to have one of my other playlists, LOTRO Tour. We're going to do Tuckborough and Tour Tuckborough. But my main playlist is the LOTRO Tale. So check them all out, and I have guides too on here. So, let's do this. No further ado, let's have some fun and do the Warg-pens. Should be an
The
entrance.
Warg-pens of Guldur are where the hounds of the Dark Lord are bred, trained, and kept. Here, goblin keepers care for the matron of the pack.
Dang. Alright, so let's do this. So basically, you start this, and usually what you do is you run this with someone that's higher level, and they pull you through this really fast, because you can run this instance with a higher level within like 10-15 minutes, and that's maybe on the slower end even, and you can power level. Kind of. This is the only instance I know it. You can't really power level a lot in LOTRO, but they don't really make it like super easy to do that. Like where in some other games, like comparison, like maybe like World of Warcraft, you can really power level pretty easy with certain ways with certain people. But in this, you can't more. By the way, when I picked that up, the way you power level in this is it gives you a quest every time, and you pick up those meat things and stuff and kill goblin stuff. And these are what really give you the XP if they're on level or above you and you have someone higher level pulling you through it. And not to mention you're killing all these mobs constantly, right? So since we're so low level compared to them, we're just going to go ahead and we're not even going to do the quests like normally you would if you're doing this. I'm just going to pull a bunch of these things and kill them all. So you can kind of see with the instance. So this is what we do, right, too. A higher level would do this and just fight them all. And then you get a bunch of XP, and the one person that's lower level that's trying power level would just run around and do all of the quest pickups, right? Damage and fire responses. These guys are actually still rather challenging creatures. They have debuffs on them, so I'm gonna remove that corruption debuff. Ooh, I'm in trouble. I'm in danger. These guys are not no. Think I got it unless I get lag and die. Ooh, we're close. Alright, we're very close to achieving our goal. Alright, we're victorious, just barely. Alright, I may have almost taken a little more than I could chew there. Almost, but not quite. Because we are Zollin Ironshield. And we kick butt. Oh goodness. That's okay. We can take one guy pretty easy. Boom. Position behind him. Oh, I thought I got the stun on him. That stinker, he got the stun on me. They have a really good stun that's a rather long time. That's the only threat, even if you're high level. When you're doing this and you're pulling a lot of them, that could be, woo, what a hit. I don't even have full level gear right now. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so I really don't need to kill everything, I don't think. I might have to, because it opens the gate. Let's find that out for you right now. It's been a long time since I've done this instance, but I thought it would be a good one to show you guys. As you can see, there's the part of the fortress. We're on, like, the edge of the fortress. Gotta remove these corruptions and makes them very strong. Alright. There's another one. Oop. Wait, a little bit of a freeze frame there for a second. Sorry. Whoa! Die, you creature. Haha! So see, we're finishing up that war quest easy. Alright, so we're slaughtering through these wargs. Out of our way. See, and if you do your rotations right, no matter what you're in, you'll never have downtime on your abilities. So, for example, like, I have a rotation that I usually do with AoE hit, AoE my abilities. If you look with my mouse, I have a certain rotation of what I keep up all the time. It's kind of second nature after playing this game so long, but I kind of know what I want to do with AoE, what hits I want to hit. Surprising, when you're higher level, your parry abilities do a lot of damage, but your vexing AoE blow, your sweeping cuts, they do a lot of damage still in AoE. They really hit hard. Okay, so here's the first boss. So here we go. If he doesn't do voiceover, I'll do it for him. Of course, of course.
Bring it on!
Oh.
My pets grow hungry!
It's a voiceover. That's pretty cool. Bring it on! Alright, so I'm gonna fight this guy. I'm gonna focus on that because I think I need to kill him.
This next warg will make short work of you!
No, it won't.
How dare you! I'll make you pay for that!
I love it. There's a voiceover on one. That's the real reason I took the guy's assistance. There's an actual voiceover. So of course, if there were voiceovers and everything, I wouldn't be able to have such a fun making voiceovers for you guys. So maybe I should be thankful there aren't so many. Oh. Out of my way. Oh, well. We have been knocked out.
This next warg will make short work of you!
Whoa. What warg? You haven't summoned him yet. Oh, we got him to half health. A little bit slow and steady.
This next warg will make short work of you!
I'm gonna do little AoE abilities now. You notice I wasn't doing a lot of my AoE abilities. I was doing more of my direct heavy abilities. Which, if you chain them all right with your force open, you should always be able to be doing an ability. You shouldn't really have any downtime on your abilities. You notice my character almost never stops using abilities. Ever. He's always using hits on abilities. So I'm waiting for him to go walk to the next warg, the mechanic, because I can hit him in the back with stagger.
This next warg
There.
will make short work of you!
So if you notice there, I misclicked for a second and I got out of my rotation and wasted like a whole auto attack of time and ability. How could I? So frivolous of me. I really don't think we're threatened at all right now. 50,000 HP. How's that for a deal?
How dare you! I'll make you pay for that!
Alright, I believe we have killed all the wargs. So I think it's just basically now tank and spade the rest of this.
You may have bested me, but you won't get past her.
Who's her? Okay, I looted him. Gonna loot the chest. He gave me a medallion. We got a little, that thing. Relic for legendaries, a sealed thing, and a bounty to turn in for cash. Silver. Vendor trash, basically to give you money for your deeds. Alright, so basically to get through here, okay, so I'm gonna talk you through these instances when we do them, especially when I'm doing them above level, right? Because I just want to show you the instance for this playlist. You can't just go through this door. So you actually have to run in here. There's going to be an invisible warg. So there's going to be more than just these three. Usually, I think there's 5 in here. Or is it just the one other invisible one? Let's see. Maybe it's only 4. So we're going to kill these wargs. I'm not even going to pick up the meat thing because I already missed some. You have to pick them all up. You won't be able to get all 10 in the instance. Or 6. So you have to run back and get one if you missed it too. So keep an eye out for that. There's one here. You saw the other 2, 3 in the I passed by. So you turn this stone wheel. It opens up this door. Simple enough, right? You go down this scary tunnel. It looks like used to be cool. Now you can't get through this door, so you have to go in here, you have to beat these things. You're gonna get a couple invisible ones. There's gonna be 2 around the side. Here's another one of the meat things. Where's that invisible one? I know there is one. Where is he? Where is he? Show yourself. Oh, he didn't. Okay, maybe. Oh, there he is. I want a position where I can AoE all of them, right? These things you want to think about. So if you're tanking, good thing to think about, guys, for tanking, right? You need to have them, you want them at you, but you don't want them looking at the enemy. Because if they have an AoE, which is something in front of them, you don't want them hitting your teammates and taking damage. So you want to try to aggro them and turn them away from your team. And your teammates, if they're DPS, they need to be trying to go behind them, right? Because it's you have a high... Oh, there's the invisible one. I knew there was one more. I knew you were here, you little stinker. Stinker. Super fat hobbit. Gollum. Stinker. I like they... I love it that he calls him Stinker. Freaking Sam, I love that. Little stinker. Little stinker. Alright. Right, so here is this boss. Okay, so this boss... She's the last boss. There's just the two. And that's why it's a very short instance, right? It's good for doing leveling and doing those quests real quick over and over because it resets them every time. But she has to be taken to the fires to get rid of a shield she gets. These fires are on the side. So I will show you as we go, but here we go. So we're gonna fight her. She's got a lot of HP. It's gonna take a while. Turn the tables on her. Now that I knocked her out, turn the tables because she knocked me out. I'm gonna go behind her and use stagger, right? Get some bleeds on her. Stagger always gives the debuff if it's behind. It doesn't have to crit then. Alright, so she's going to, I'm gonna use a deep breath here. I'm gonna use overwhelm. Boom. That makes, by the way, if you use thrust and then you use overwhelm in the keen blade, it turns it into a terrible wound. It's a way better bleed. Good little thing for you guys to know. So again, I don't have a parry response from her because she's one target, so I'm going to use Force Open to get parry response again. I'm going to use one of these abilities. It really doesn't matter which one. This one's a little faster, even though it's a little less damage, so it just, whatever one you prefer. Then I'm going to use this one. Then she parried, right? So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use To the King so it doesn't run out. And then I'm going to use Overwhelm, which will reopen To the King, so on and so forth, right? Now I've got more more ads. I'm going to remove that. Now she's giving me a major debuff, so I'm going to go over to this fire, like this. See, my debuffs, those debuffs away. Sometimes if you can't remove a debuff, it's a mechanic. If your Ignore the Pain isn't removing it, it's because you need to go somewhere else, right? I used that a little too soon. I didn't have any bleeds on that one. I better focus a little bit here, so I'll stop. Just so I don't do it wrong. It'd be embarrassing to die, yeah. So I believe at a certain point the fire will go out and you have to move to another fire. But let's see. Usually the tanks are towards the wall, so the DPS can kind of just stand in the middle. She has a thing that I remember when we did this instance a lot, where she will just go for a target, even despite aggro. So you have to, as a tank, keep one of your force taunts ready to pull her back off, but at the same time, she will just keep going until she gets that hit off on the other person. But the healer just has to be ready to heal that person a little bit. Just so you guys all know. So apparently I'm not having to move fires, which is weird. I thought I would have to. Though I am quite having a hard time here keeping up the health. She's actually beating me up. I wonder if I need to go to... If you're having troubles with health, use deep breath all the time, guys. I'm gonna use that to get some movement speed. I'm gonna go over to this fire. I'm kind of wondering if I need to... There we go, it did the debuff. Maybe you do have to move around. If you see the debuff go back on you, possibly. I felt like I originally remember the debuff would go, the fire would go out and you'd have to move, but I don't see that mechanic happening. So a little bit confused on that one for myself because I did this instance a lot. Like this is like 2 to 3 years ago in real life though, but still. Alright, so we're getting a little bit low. I think we'll be okay though. I'm gonna use Ignore the Pain. I'm gonna do this one. Alright, the debuff is back on me. So once I get out of this, I'm going to use that. I'm going to run over to this other fire right here. I'm going to use a health pot and that. Ignore the pain. Always remove your debuffs as much as you can. Alright, our health is definitely going up, so we're doing okay. I like to use Sweeping Cut because it doesn't bleed, even though it's kind of slow sometimes in my rotation. I like to get the bleeds on there, because getting the bleeds on there can be very helpful. You notice sometimes I'll wait to do Return the King until I do a stab, so I can have another parry response ready, then to cast again. If that makes sense. So, okay, we did it. We beat her. Sweet. Awesome, we defeated Knob, whatever her name was. Alright, sweet. Teach him a lesson. So, and again, we could have killed 2 more goblins, which were up there, and the rest of the meat things for quests, and then you just run out and redo it all over again. So that is the Warg place. But again, something very important I wanted, so the rotation on those things when you're using your parry abilities, right? So these 2 open when you parry, or when you use an ability to open parry, like Force Open. Then you can use these 2, then you can use To the King. But sometimes I'll use those 2, use Thrust or this one, right? Then when this one comes up to the King, I will use Retaliation again if I get another parry, because while I'm doing To the King, I might get another parry and open it again. Does that make sense? So you can have like all 3 of them. There's 3 different levels, right? So like if I do the middle one and then I wait to do Return of the first one, and I do the third one, and I do the first one again. Then what happens is I'm doing the second one when I'm finished with the third one, and I could get another parry response then to keep that chain going, right? So that's why you never should have downtime if you're doing parry responses right, or block responses. And then of course you've got all your other abilities. You need to keep up Guardian's Ward. It gives you a ton of parry, a ton of block, and that needs to be up all the time. Alright, so good things to know, my friends. Thanks for joining me for this episode, guys. That was a quick one, I know, but I just want to do an instance with you guys real quick. Just a little fun one for our LOTRO battle playlist. Haven't done anything in a while on that playlist. So again, we're back in the Shire, the beautiful, beautiful Shire, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Voice of the Rings. Don't forget to subscribe right there, like, and the next video on this playlist will be over there, and our main playlist will be over there. Check them out, and I'll see you in the next episode of whatever on Voice of the Rings. Have a wonderful day in Middle-earth, my friends. See ya.